Welcome to this episode of Sports Buds. I'm here with Carson. The other guys could not make it right now, but we're still here. We are going to be talking about mostly the holdouts of the running backs, the Tariq Hill suspension or lack thereof, and also a trade that I have been working on with Luke in our Dynasty League. So to start off, though, it's looking like Melvin Gordon and Zeke are both talking about holding out, which is pretty significant. Personally, they're both on my fantasy team for Dynasty, so this is a very scary time for me.
Yeah, no doubt. It's all about scheme and fit for you right now.
It's big tough. I'm really scared. I'm hoping that they pull through and get some deals done, because otherwise I'm right fucked. But
Yeah.
that's really not the point.
So I want to start with Zeke, actually, because Zeke just turned 24 years old. That is it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you remember correctly, when the Cowboys traded let Murray go, he was 27. So right now, I think would be the perfect time to pay Ezekiel Elliott, because he's been proven to be, a trustworthy person out of the backfield for them. And honestly, he's totally elevated their offense into what it is.
Here's the thing. I'm not really questioning whether or not they should pay Zeke, because I know that they should. It's just more the question of how much is he asking for? Because if he's asking for like way too much to where like they're not going to be able to extend Dak or do whatever they want with like Amari, then if he's asking too much, then he's asking too much. Like that's what I'm kind of worried about.
Yeah, he's, I think, going to ask at least for Gurley's deal, which was 4 years, $60 million.
And that's kind of ridiculous. Like at least they know that like with Bell, he was asking for like a lot of money. He didn't get it, and then he like actually didn't get it when he signed with a different team.
Mm-hmm.
But so I'm hoping that like will knock some sense into like Zeke and Gordon and those guys. But like for Zeke at least, I feel like part of it has got to be he knows that they're going to extend Dak and they're going to give Dak so much money. They're just going to be throwing money at Dak. So I think he's trying to get his right now. I think it makes the most sense for him.
Him getting his right now would be the best call, because also he has all the leverage in the fact that arguably Ezekiel Elliott has made Dak Prescott's career so far a whole bunch easier. So he could make the chip to the Cowboys front office, like, hey, Dak's this guy for you, but he wouldn't be this guy without me.
That's true. He can make all the arguments that he wants now. But
yeah, because he has a lot of leverage right now. That's why I think him doing his holdout right now is the perfect call, because especially the Cowboys feel like they're in position to make a Super Bowl run this year, and obviously that just completely disappears if they don't have Zeke back there.
That's true. That's very true. And they definitely don't feel comfortable with just like their rookie running back that they drafted this year.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, exactly. I just feel like, I don't know, Zeke really picked like the perfect time to kind of go about this, I feel.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, but either way, it's scaring me.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Melvin Gordon, on the other hand, though, is a little bit of a different situation.
Yeah. What do you know about that?
Well, I mean, if we're already hesitating on if Ezekiel Elliott, deserves Todd Gurley's deal, I definitely don't think Melvin Gordon deserves Todd Gurley's deal.
It's not even the whole like Todd Gurley deal. I think Zeke does deserve that, but with Melvin Gordon, I know he's like relatively young, but I'm still not convinced that he's gonna be like that good or as good as he is right now for like 2-3 years down the line.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he's going into his age 27-year-old season. He's 3 years older than Zeke.
Yeah, and if he wants that big boost of money, then I wouldn't want to sign him for how much they're giving for Gurley for sure. That doesn't make any sense to me. And if he's holding out, like he's just wasting more of his like ability to play football. It's not really like a money thing, because he's gonna get paid no matter where he goes. It's just I understand he wants an extension, but like you got to know like what you have here. Like
yeah, no doubt.
Enough and talented enough to where he could do that and still be relevant the next year. People aren't gonna like if Gordon sits out. Like he'll be 28 going into next year, right? And then he's going to a new team, trying to learn new offense. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, I agree.
I wouldn't want to take a risk on that. Actually, I could see the Bears doing something like that. Be kind of sick, but that's not really the point. They could make it work with a couple teams, but he's kind of throwing it away if he doesn't play this year.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I mean, in his contract, he's going to be asking for a huge, signing bonus or guaranteed deal, and they, for one, are like completely out of cap for this year already, as is. And then next spring, they're only going to have around 30 million in cap room. So if they give Gordon a huge guaranteed deal, I don't know. I don't know if it'll even work out because they still have to re-sign. I think they're going to keep Phillip Rivers around for a year or two longer, keep signing him to short deals.
Yeah, and they're probably going to want to give Williams a deal sooner or later too.
Exactly, and I mean they got Derwin James.
I mean, I don't think that one's gonna pan out too well. That's
Yeah, no, I don't see Melvin Gordon sticking around there. So since we're kind of both on that train, should we talk about some options on where he could go? I heard you mentioning your team.
Yeah, I mean the Bears would be great. I would love to see him go there because I mean he's the type of running back that would fit well in their system.
So what would happen then with either David Montgomery or Tyreek Cohen?
Well, that's the thing. I feel like they probably wouldn't make that move there, but it's just fun for me to talk about because I'm a Bears fan and obviously I want everybody to go to my team.
Yeah.
But real life fits, the Chiefs would be the most dangerous thing in the world.
Yeah, I don't see because they're gonna have to trade him, and I don't think they're gonna trade him within conference or division.
True.
I was thinking, I mean, a fit that just kind of comes to mind to me right now, but I mean, I kind of forgot about Darius Geis would be the Redskins because, Adrian Peterson, he's, a ticking time bomb. But then it depends how much they have faith in Darius Geis.
Well, I mean, they invested what was it, first or second round pick in him last year?
Second, yeah.
Second round pick. Yeah, they're gonna want to ride him out. I mean, he was a beast in college and he was pretty good, like with all of their camps and stuff. I'm pretty sure. So I don't see them trying to make a move for an old running back when they have a possibility of having a good young one.
Well, like you said, he's not an old running back. You just said he was a young running back. He's going into his 27-year-old season.
I feel like that's just, but when you want an extension and you're 27, like,
yeah, I know.
How much really you getting? You're like one injury away from having a Jamal Charles situation. You know what I mean? Like, It's just, I'm not going to pay a guy who's that old, especially that much money and for that long, because that's just a disaster waiting to happen, especially if you're trying to compete. So all of a sudden you got just this massive contract that you just have to deal with. Like when Hayward wasn't doing well for the Cubs, we just had this dude who was like on our team like for 8 years and 200 million, and he just wasn't doing anything. Obviously, he figured that out, but that's baseball. But I wouldn't want that for football because football is so much more of like a short, like win now type of thing. Like you can
football's also all about guaranteed money.
That too.
Because baseball, all of it's guaranteed practically. So you believe then that Ezekiel Elliott deserves a contract much more than Melvin Gordon. So how do you feel the Melvin Gordon situation plays out?
I don't know the type of guy that Melvin Gordon is, so I don't know if he's smart or not. I don't know what his agent's doing either. They could just be using this for leverage and actually biting on it. But because his came out, I'm pretty sure, after Zeke's thing. So Zeke was first, and then Melvin Gordon was like, yeah, I want a piece of this too.
So, yeah, well, and because Gordon's like led the NFL in yards per carry since he's came in the league, so I think that's, I don't know, he's trying to base his production and getting him a huge contract day, but I mean Ezekiel Elliott hasn't even missed a game that he's been available to play, regardless of suspension since he's been in the league.
If anyone deserves it, Zeke, but with the Melvin thing, I feel like he's gonna miss a couple games here. I don't.
Yeah, I don't think a deal is gonna be figured out right away. I think it's gonna be a like mini version of the Le'Veon Bell situation.
I don't think it's gonna be the full season. I really don't.
Yeah, no, I think a team that's like on borderline contention that is either gonna deal with an injury or needs a running back is gonna make a move.
Probably so. I wouldn't even say that. I would say that they would sign him. I think that they're gonna figure out a deal mid-season. I don't think
if they figure out a deal though, there's gonna have to obviously be negotiations and talking the price down because Melvin Gordon already said he wants Todd Gurley's deal, and I don't think that's happening.
That's not gonna happen. That shouldn't happen. So.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's gonna be interesting. That's gonna have to be a whole negotiating thing between them. Yeah. So what else do we got?
So, this trade, I want to run this by you.
All
This is
right.
me and Luke have we haven't agreed on it, but we were talking on the phone for like 30 minutes or so, somewhere along that, and this is kind of what we figured out. So I've been targeting Devante Adams recently because I really want him on my team.
Great. Yeah.
My receivers are actually already. Here's my starting lineup. I got Patrick Mahomes, Zeke, Gordon, Hopkins, Julio, Mike Williams, Kittle.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's a good team. I was able to me and Nathan have the best two teams in this league, and so I was thinking to target Devante Adams here because I mean he's going to be a huge player, I think, at least this year. And
Yeah, I think he's an easy candidate for 15 touchdowns, dude. I think it's gonna be awesome. I'm fucking excited.
you got me big hype on him. So now I wanted to make a deal for him because if
I'm
I had
excited.
Hopkins and Adams on the same team, I don't see how
Dude,
Nathan
oh yeah, your receiving core would be unreal, dude.
Exactly. So here's the deal that we were able to kind of we hung up on to think about. Devante Adams, Tony Michelle, and James White. That's what he's giving. And I am giving him Melvin Gordon, Deshaun Watson, and Josh Gordon.
I like it.
I think for both sides it's really not bad because his quarterback
for both sides it's really good because the Deshaun Watson one is.
I think I'm overpaying a little bit, but I already have Mahomes, so I know that I'm not going to be greedy, and I got to bite the bullet a little bit. I'm not going to get the best trade ever.
Who's your other quarterback other than Deshaun?
Well, I mean Mahomes.
Other than Mahomes, who's
Josh Allen, I think is my other guy.
Yeah, no, see, I think that's good just because you have your youth, you know what I'm saying? You have your bench and your depth.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, you already got your main. I don't know, man, because that would put you with three of the best receivers in the league, basically.
Exactly, and not to mention Mike Williams is on the bench.
Yeah, dude. Nah, I mean that's a good deal for both sides, like you said, but I couldn't pass that up, especially in your like depth chart situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a pretty solid deal for both sides for sure. Who's his quarterback right now?
His quarterback is Tom Brady.
Okay, yeah, so okay.
He needs the quarterback. He was trying to act like he didn't like he didn't want to give away Brady, or not Brady. That he was like confident with Brady this year, and I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? I'm like, what are you talking about? If you think Tom Brady is going to give you fantasy points this year, you are smoking crack.
Yeah,
like, I'm sorry, he's not going to be good this year. There's no way that I don't like anyone in the Patriots offense besides Michelle, and I'm getting him in this deal.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I think. Yeah, wow, dude, you got to take it. You got to take it.
Because I know Zekin's going for it too.
Because Michelle, I think honestly, Michelle could prove to be better value this year than Melvin Gordon.
I could see something like that. That's kind of why I'm itching for him.
Yeah, like if not, the like production's gonna be like very similar.
and I'm getting the Patriots running back here either way. So if Michelle gets hurt, I can just throw White in.
Yeah, I love the deal for you for sure.
I just don't like the idea of me giving away like one of the best running backs in the league and just taking like a step down almost. It will taking a step down in my running back.
I don't think it's taking a step down though, because there's a very good chance that Sony Michel could end up being one of the better backs in the league with the next 5 years, and then you already have a proven wide receiver in Devante.
Well, I would have 3 proven wide receivers.
Well, I know that's what I'm talking about, the deal itself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like 2 of your 3 picks are very, very, very good value, and then your third one is a backup for your guy.
So here's what Luke was saying about his deal with Nathan, because I was able to figure out what they were talking about. He wanted to get I think Luke wanted Le'Veon Bell, and let me just really quick. So Nathan is pretty much just as stacked as my team is. He's got his running backs are absolutely loaded though. He has Christian McCaffrey, Saquon, and Le'Veon Bell, and also Leonard Fournette.
Oh my God.
So yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. And keep in mind, this is a 12-team league. So, like, you got some teams like this and some teams whose best player right now is Aaron Jones.
A
So,
couple of teams just did not draft well at all.
yeah, man, it's tough for some people, but so that's what he's working with. So I'm pretty sure what the deal was is Luke wanted Le'Veon, and I think he was also trying to get someone else for him. It was Le'Veon and Diggs. He wanted Le'Veon and Diggs for Devante, and I think it was like Sony Michel or something like that. And Nathan was like super against it. But the thing was, he wasn't giving up anything here. He's still got 3 running backs that are super good in Fournette, McCaffrey, and Saquon. But his receiving core is not that deep. His best receiver is Odell, and I think Allen Robinson also starts for him, and Diggs. So it's not quite to the same level as mine. So what he's trying to do is he's trying to get his up to mine. And but he's not willing to trade that running back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's not willing to give up that extra guy like that he has just sitting on his bench because he thinks that he's losing the trade, which he is, but his team is winning. That's the thing that he like is not doing, and that's the thing that I think I'm going to be if I do this trade, because I'd be giving Watson away. And obviously, I really like Deshaun Watson, and he's not like in Dynasty. Quarterbacks matter so much because like if you get like the best quarterback, you know what I mean? Like you are set. You know, you're not gonna have to worry about anything else. And so
I think you're making a really good short-term play.
Yeah, because I don't need him, but the thing is Nathan doesn't need him either, but he's unwilling to get rid of him.
Yeah.
And that's my point is sometimes when you have those pieces and it's okay to lose trades sometimes as long as your starting lineup is getting better. Sure, your depth chart isn't looking as good, but like
Oh, for sure. I mean, well, just look at the Raptors. I mean, they got rid of a future. You know, they had DeRozan signed for 5 years. They got rid of that just so they could have Kawhi for 1 year, and look what it did for them. I mean,
yeah.
you just sometimes you got to go and, push all the pieces.
That's what I'm saying. You got to unload your team sometimes, and plus that makes it way more fun to rebuild anyway.
Well, yeah, and exactly. And what's, fun about dynasty football seasons if you're not trying to win it every season?
Yeah, exactly. Like that's what I'm trying to do. My overall strategy for dynasty this year is, well, not this year. It's more so just like in general. So I already drafted a really good team. I some get like a lot of good people. I drafted Zeke, Gordon, and Hopkins, all of them in the first 3 rounds. One second, Nathan just texted me. I'm gonna tell him to get on. And what my plan is because I had that like decent team, I'm gonna like try and gain some depth in other positions. Like I wasn't expecting myself to win the first year. Like, but I was able to pull it off. So just like start getting like core positions. Like you already have your running back, wide receivers, whatever. Start like getting rid of your bench. Just get rid of it. Get rid of all your young people. Try and build like a good starting lineup.
Mm-hmm.
But also trade for like 1 or 2. Like probably trade for 1 first-round pick. So then you can draft like a running back in the first round, so you can kind of replenish your core a little bit.
Yeah.
Then after that, what I'm trying to do is I'm using my people. I'm trying to go out and pick and use my picks. I'm trading all my draft picks, by the way, like as much as I possibly can here, to get more and more pieces around me. And then once you have those pieces where your team is just extremely deep, like Nathan's would be, or mine would be, you start just unloading people, like just to get your starting lineup good. And then you have 0 bench, and then you just start trading for picks. You start rebuilding your bench.
Yeah, through the draft, yeah.
If you can keep your starting lineup as solid as it can be and just kind of recreate the farm system only in your bench, like that's the best way to play Dynasty League, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, you just got to be good with drafting.
Nathan?
Hello.
What's up?
What's up, Nathan?
What's up?
All right. So we were actually, this is kind of good that you came on. We were actually just talking about me and Luke in a trade deal with a certain guy. Let's just say I was able to deduce through logic that you were the other person Luke was talking to about dishing Adams.
Yeah, but he was asking like for a crazy amount from me.
Yeah. Yeah. What was it again? It was something like
He was asking for Bell and Diggs.
Bell and Diggs for just Adams.
Yeah.
That is kind of a lot, though.
And then I was like,
Do you think?
Adams. I was like, Adams is not that much up more of a step than Diggs, where
He will be this year, I think.
between. Yeah, but not
Let the man finish.
not big enough where Le'Veon Bell is the difference.
That's fair. I feel like that's a good point.
Yeah, I feel like the I don't know. What are the contract situations like for Thielen and Diggs?
I don't. I'm really unsure about that. Let me look it up. But the thing is,
Because I was just thinking, because I'm trying to think about, I don't know, helping you out, Nate, because for short-term success, it would for sure be good for you, but I don't know, what the contract situations are like.
Because like if he's offering that much, I mean, I wouldn't want to do that deal, especially because like, yeah, that's kind of a lot for him. Were you thinking about throwing? Was he gonna accept if you gave him Fournette?
What do you mean, instead of Bell, or?
Yeah, instead of Bell.
I think he wants Bell more than Fournette.
Well, yeah, obviously, but would he have accepted it?
So I don't think so. No.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, I don't know.
Diggs is gonna be a Viking until 2023.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it then, probably, Nate.
Yeah, because I mean, I know Adams is like Diggs is a wide receiver 2. Adams is a wide receiver 1, but like.
Wait, you said he thinks Devante's a wide receiver too?
No. Devante is definitely like a wide receiver 1. Diggs is definitely a wide receiver 2. But
Oh yeah, I thought you said that
Yeah,
fucking
no.
Luke was calling Devante a wide receiver too. I was like, what?
Yeah, but I don't think the difference between them is so big that.
Yeah, no, I
Le'Veon Bell
can
is that
agree with that because, well, and then especially if you're adding in a running back on top of that.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, I do have.
Well, yeah, your running backs are loaded, I heard.
Yeah, so if I got rid of Bell, I'd just put in Fournette, but like.
Well, and that's why I was thinking your short-term success would be good, but at the end of the day, you're giving up good long-term assets.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, that's interesting.
I'm amazed that like Luke is interested in Josh Gordon. I just want to take a second.
Why is he still on that?
He's like actually interested in him. Like not enough to where like it's significant, but like he asked me about him and I was like, yeah, like of course, yeah, like sure, I'll give him away. Like that's fine. Like I mean, I'm amazed that he's still interested. Like what's he seeing there?
What did he want from you for Adams?
Ooh, I don't want to say that. Sorry. This deal isn't done yet, so I don't really want to hurt my chances here. I'm sorry. I know you can understand. It's a business, sir. It's a business.
Yeah.
But yeah, with Gordon though, I mean, I don't get it. Like, I don't think he's coming back. After he blew his second shot, I don't think any other team will take a chance on him, and I definitely don't think the Patriots are gonna care enough about him if he doesn't get back in the next year.
Oh yeah, the Patriots don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah, and then Luke counteroffered with something, but.
Oh wow, Luke's dealing deals behind my back. Nathan, I'm really curious to see what you get. Let's see what you're talking about right now.
Me and Luke.
Yeah.
I bet you are.
I would be willing to give some of the information away if you give some of yours.
I already gave you some of my information.
Like what? I figured all of it out myself. Homie.
No.
I figured out the deal itself. Like like Luke told me. Luke told me what the deal was. That was on me, big dog. So really, it's just kind of like this is a fair deal here.
I decline.
All right. He doesn't want more views. He doesn't want more views. You got to be talking about giving away one of your running backs. There's no way that's not a part of the deal.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty obvious.
Yeah. So what he's trying to do here is probably swing a running back from you in probably some low end receiver. So he's probably still going for Diggs and Bell here, isn't he? Is he just offering to give you more?
I don't know.
Because if I were him, the only thing that I would really worry about is a wide receiver to replace Adams if he's making this deal. Because he already knows he's getting a running back out of it. And I can tell you what, he'd be getting a running back out of me too. The wide receiver is interesting. What are you talking about?
The Chiefs running back, Harris.
What? What are you talking about?
The Chiefs running back.
You mean Damian Williams?
Yes.
I mean, it might be, it might not be.
I don't know what I thought. Damian Harris. Is that the guy?
I don't know what I really don't know what you're thinking about.
I couldn't remember the Chiefs running back name.
Well, yeah, I know Damian Williams.
Damian Williams.
Isn't what's the Raiders running back they just drafted?
Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs.
I don't know where I got Harris from then.
It's interesting though. I definitely think that you're considering to give him what he's asking for. That's ridiculous because you would be crippling yourself.
Well, right. So
the only thing he could really be doing is offering you like probably Michelle or somebody, but I don't think you're that interested in getting another running back.
Or I'm going to accept that deal.
I mean, you could. Here's the thing, Nathan. I don't want my main goal here is to make sure you don't get too powerful to where I can't beat you, and I've already done that by offering deals here. So it looks like the best deal that you're gonna get really still isn't gonna put you too far, or that much closer to me. So I'm not feeling too threatened right now.
I think that you are sleeping on Nyheim Hines.
I think I'm absolutely doing that.
Yeah, which is ridiculous.
I'm not really too what he's doing now.
The dude had how many touchdowns last year? 2?
I don't know.
Yeah. 314 yards and 2 touchdowns last year as a rookie.
I thought you were like actually making a hot take here. I got excited. Logically, I think my deal's better. Carson knows it. Carson, would you say that mine's better or Nathan's better?
Well, it depends who you're talking for, but yeah, I would say yours.
Okay.
I think Luke would be getting a haul. I think Luke would be getting a haul from you.
All right. What's the news on Luke?
Oh, interesting.
What's so interesting?
Nothing.
Oh boy, there's some counter offers happening.
Luke, get on Skype right now.
There's definitely some counter offers happening.
Okay, whatever. He's not home. I'm an asshole.
Just kidding.
Easy.
Let's cut that one out.
Yep, let's cut that one out. What were we talking with the counter offer? So I gotta pull up the teams. I gotta pull up the team list.
Yeah, I'm pulling up your team right now. Oh, this team is awful. Jesus.
That team has won back-to-back championships, big man. If I'm making a deal here, I mean, I forgot how not dry at the receiver position you are, because you're not. It's just like,
yeah, I'm deep at the receiver position, but I'm like, I don't have.
You got a lot of names that are like interesting and kind of cool, but like.
Yeah, I don't have that third like.
I wouldn't even really say that like that Diggs is like a.
Well, no, but.
Out.
He's not. Yeah, he's not like a top guy, but he's a every week starter.
Yeah, he's not irrelevant.
Yeah.
So you're probably offering him something along the lines of like, no, wait, because he's got to sweeten the deal for you, right? Was that what that was? So you said did Luke give you a counter offer? You said
there was some counter offering going on.
Some counter offering. So you were trying. So he was probably trying to give you more because you didn't like that idea. Because he's trying to get the most he can out of it. But he's trying just to see how much he can milk out of you right now. That's what he's doing. Has he been offering you picks? Probably like 3rd round picks. He doesn't have a first, because I have that. Nathan, for the sake of the video, please give me something here.
I don't know. He offered me more assets in addition to Adams.
Okay. So like nothing that really like makes it any too bigger, I guess. So it's just probably like sweetening up your bench, but like what does your bench do? So
And I may have gotten some other intel on your side of the deal.
did he give you the deal?
Yeah.
All right, let's hear it. What is it?
Watson, Gordon, and Gordon for Adams, Michelle, and James White.
I will neither confirm nor deny whether or not this is the deal. See, the thing is, though, is I don't think you can compete with the quarterback.
I can't. That's the thing.
I think that he's going to take mine just based off of that alone.
Andrew Luck is my only quarterback.
Yeah. Really? Your only one?
Well, I have Foles and Winston, but
yeah, those definitely don't count.
I think I'm cutting both
Those
of them.
definitely don't count.
So
yeah, they suck. And that's actually going to do it for us here. Thanks, guys, so much for listening in. Please make sure to subscribe, check out our social media, and we'll see you next week. See ya.